to just check on the phone and see if we are actually live. Oh, it says we're live. Yeah.
We are actually live.
Okay. Sorry.
Checking. Are we live?
Are we out there?
I mean, you don't want to hear what we talk about before we press the button, right? Anything can go down.
I know. Honestly, anything.
Anything. So welcome to our lunchtime live. What day is it? Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
We are here to brighten up your Tuesday and talk about all the fabulous things that Yvette's been doing in her life.
Yeah, where do you want me to start?
This is funny because back in the day, COVID days, we used to do lunchtime lives, didn't we? And then you and the team used to go live on a Friday.
Oh, that was so good.
Donna
Yeah,
and
we used
TV.
Yeah, we used to. What was it? It was with me, Joe, Thomas. Was it one other person? I can't remember now. But yeah, that was such a cool thing to do during the COVID, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, miss those. Well, I don't miss COVID, but those days were good.
Yeah.
So Yvette is here because we've got some of our women who are in our Limitless program coming to talk about the transformations that they've had in their lives, and you've been on a right journey in the last year, haven't you? So tell everyone, what have you been?
You know what, when you look back on stuff in hindsight, when you're doing stuff, you think, oh yeah, that's just a thing. Like I look back on the last 5 years and I'm like, oh yeah, I just started a business and now I've got 2 businesses, with the yoga business as well. And you just kind of like, oh yeah, that just happened. But then you like, thankfully being part of Limitless, we actually do a lot of reflection. So it encourages us to like, hold on, like take a minute. But yeah, and the last 2 years, obviously, we moved countries. We moved from England into Wales. It sounds so dramatic when I say countries. It's only 2.5 hours away from England. But and then I made this decision last year that the actual decision came out of something that we did in one of our I think it was our goal setting sessions that we do, and it was I'm a woman who keeps promises to herself, and one of those was around health. And so I decided to go, I'm still on it, but I decided to start this health journey. And it happened to coincide as well when I was doing your amazing MCP, Mind Coding Practitioner program as well. And so within Limitless and within that group, one of the tools that you teach, there's a gajillion of them, but one of them is around identity and stepping into that identity of who it is that you want to be. So who did I need to become a woman that kept promises to herself? And one of those things just happened to be around health, and particularly around weight. I'd struggled with weight for years and what have you. And so it was like I made the decision, the tools to then step into that identity piece were so key. And I'm now, I was just saying before I came on the call, my butt hurts because I've been at the gym this morning doing leg day, but I've released 6 stone. I am more, I know it's insane. I'm more energized than I've ever been. I'm doing hot yoga. I'm at the gym every morning. I'm literally so full of energy and vibrance at the moment. It's just making such a difference to everything. And it was really interesting as well, because this is what the value of the coaching is as well, is because I had put worth and my weight together. And so I had almost like, Donna had actually asked me the question, what is the one thing out of this health journey that you've been on that you feel has fundamentally changed for you? And I said, my view of my self-worth. And obviously we work on that all the time, but it's like another level. And the view of the self-worth, and it's not just things like, taking care of myself, physically. It's also just how I show up. Like when I show up in a room, I'm like, aha, I deserve to be here. It helps me to be able to put my prices up at the beginning of the year, which I've not done for 2 years. It helped me to quote for potential new business, whether in the marketing side of my business or the yoga side of my business, quite effortlessly, because I'm like, oh yeah, I know my worth there. It's helped me to show up in my personal relationships a lot more like, I'm going to advocate for myself here. Like this is what's needed. And what was really beautiful was that, I can't remember if it was you or Donna that then said it to me off of the back of that, was you didn't create the self-worth, or you didn't step into the self-worth of that identity because you released the weight. You had made the decision, even if you didn't realize you did, about the self-worth, and then the releasing of the weight was the lag effect. And yeah, just being able to integrate that with like the Limitless ladies has just been phenomenal. Like they've just been my cheerleaders all the way through. And yeah, so yeah, that's the story.
That's the story. And so just for people who are watching, who want to transform an area, it can be health, it can be relationships, it can be your business. Because you have been on a journey with your health since, like, I'm always on a journey with my health. So it's like been a focus of yours, hasn't it, over a number of years? So what's been the difference this time in terms of how you've shown up for yourself differently to release 6 stone?
Couple of things. There's power in the decision. So there was a deciding point, and the word decide actually means to cut off. I can't remember the exact translation, but like the etymology, whatever it's called, of the word, but it means to cut off. So I made a decision. So for me, it was like, okay, I've burnt the boats. This is this is what I'm going to do. There is also power in community, and I know, I'm going to talk from a personal perspective, like working with you guys. I know how hard it is actually when we go into like marketing cycles of talking about the insane benefits of being in Limitless and how good that is for people and for everything that you want to change. The hardest thing to talk about is the community, because you kind of have to be in it to see it, to believe it. And it's just having those people around you, like having somewhere that I can go every day and I can check in whether I'm feeling great, whether I'm feeling pants, whatever, just check in and just celebrate those things. And like everybody there, it's not like all positivity plasters. It's genuinely like we're all there for each other. And that sense of community has been so, so pivotal. So yeah, deciding, so making a decision and making a promise to yourself, and I don't know where I heard this before. It was something around, if you can't keep promises to yourself, how are you actually then keeping them to your clients, to the key relationships in your life? And again, this is one of your guys' sayings, how you do one thing is how you do everything. And I realized I was half-arsing some of this. And so is it Matthew McConaughey's dad said to him when he decided that he didn't want to be a lawyer or whatever, he wanted to go and be an actor. He was like, okay, well, don't half-ass it, make sure like you do this well. And so, yeah, I think that's a couple of things, like how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're feeling, and also the connection with that, like, so if it's a particular area that you're focusing on, say it's your relationships or what have you, when you make a decision to change something and step into that new identity, like what does the identity of the person who is, I don't know, in a loving relationship, or maybe has a better relationship with their kids or their parents or whatever, or are you a person that's going to step into like a weight release or a health journey or start a business? Like once you're in that, it's I've totally lost my train of thought with that as well, where I was going with that, but it's like once you've identified what that looks like and you've decided to kind of go into it, then it's a case of, I don't know, the rest just seems to be easy. Like if you can visualize what that person looks like, oh yeah, that was the thing, sorry, coming back to it, it's, you might decide there's one aspect of your life that needs changing and you think, oh, when you step into that thing that you think, aha, I want to create some change here. And it can be positive change as well, or negative, whatever, like whatever the driver is, everything else changes. Everything else changes because you've energetically changed your frequency. So you guys, when you guys talk about the identity ladder, it's so much about like the frequency, the identity, like essentially what you're saying is like, what frequency do I want to tap into? Like, yeah. So there's the practical steps, obviously, that you take everyone through, but it's also like, what frequency do I want to be on here? I
love that. And you said before about how you are feeling so full of energy, you're feeling so vibrant. So you've released so far on your journey six stone of energy, weight, call it, and you're full of vibrancy and energy. So how is that vibrancy and energy and new identity impacting other areas of your life?
Yeah, so I mean, the way I describe it is when I was holding that, and it's a good thing to call it energy, because yeah, that weight was energy, and it's so insane though, isn't it? Because my body was bigger, but I felt really small, and I wanted to shrink into the background. I didn't want to like go in, don't mess anything up, do whatever you need to do here and get out. Like, don't, because I was just like, I had this like view of like, oh, I don't feel comfortable in myself. I don't feel, and I felt stagnant, like, but not just like from an energy perspective of like what's going on in life and everything, but actually like I felt really stuck and stagnant. And it's like that picture that's on Instagram quite a lot about like that woman like chiseling her way out of like a body that's kept her stuck. And so the energy and the vibrance is I'm up first thing in the morning. Most days I'm at the gym. I'm meditating. I have this capacity to work's full on, so I have the capacity to be able to handle that. But I'm just showing up in rooms a lot different. Like I don't know, just like, I mean, one of the examples, I went all the way up to, I would have said no to this before, which is insane, unless it was some, but I went all the way up to Manchester a couple of weeks ago and was doing like these Kundalini sessions for a corporate company in my full whites with my turban, fully confident, fully in the room, really, I don't know, it's just like you hold yourself differently, like you really hold yourself differently. I'm really advocating for myself when it comes to like the relationships in my life. I'm saying what I want, more. And yeah, I don't know, it has literally changed everything. And also with the business as well, there's a lot of things that I've let go of where I'm like, no, that's not serving me. And tapping into like my human design as well, being a generator, I hadn't even realized, I was researching some of this. As generators, we need to move, like we actually physically need to move a lot. And I wasn't doing that. I wasn't moving at all, and I've come on lives here with you before, at all sizes, but I haven't actually gotten on video to do stuff for video for my clients or for my business for the almost 5 years that I've been in business. I've got a course that I've recorded and I haven't put it anywhere. And at the moment now, what I'm doing is I'm doing like some video edits to that, like just to add in like what's now relevant, because things have changed. But I'm like, hello, like why didn't that go out? So now there's the energy in that to actually do something with it. So yeah, it's on so many levels. Oh, and the hot yoga. Oh my God, I haven't been to hot yoga for ages and it's so nice.
I love that. But what you said was that you wanted to shrink into the background. And we hear this all the time, don't we? Where people say to us that they want to be more visible.
Mm-hmm.
And what you were doing was you were getting in, doing your thing and getting out, and you weren't being visible and you weren't being the real you. And what you're saying now is you're speaking your truth more, you feel more authentic, you're holding the room, you feel like you've got more presence. Me working with you and having you on stage at our events, you've always had presence. However, that's not how you felt internally, right? So for you, that'll have been making it. You'll have been putting an act on. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because you believed you didn't have presence. So it's like, it feels like you feel more confident to be visible, to own your space and be authentically you, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like, it's layers, isn't it? So this work that we do within Limitless, I used to say new level, new devil, but I've stopped saying that now because like that's just causing problems. So I say new level, new angels now. But it's like that old cliche of like, oh, it's an onion and you're peeling back the layers. And it genuinely is, because it's like everything you need. And I say this when I teach you know, when I teach the full moon or the new moon sessions as well, everything that we need is in us. And it sounds corny, but it truly is. And the stuckness that you might be feeling right now, anyone sort of out there, like the stuckness that people are feeling is a symptom. It's a symptom, isn't it? It's not a cause, like, because the answers are all actually there. And it's like when you decide that is an identity that you want to, and it might be, it doesn't have to be like a big massive decision. It could just be like, I'm deciding that I want to be someone who can find answers to the things that are keeping me stuck. I don't know, whatever. Like, it doesn't need to be a big thing, but like when you say that to yourself and then you keep the promise to yourself, it gives you such internal integrity. And yeah, it really truly does. And I'm experimenting with it in other areas of life now as well, because I'm like, oh, okay, like that is an identity shift. What does the rest of that look like for me? What is the next identity shift that I want to make? And it doesn't mean that sorry, it sounds like we're creating like multiple personalities out here. It's not that at all. It's like an integration. It's an embodiment. And that identity is an evolution of everything that you've got inside you, rather than like fake it till you make it or tacking stuff on, you know? So, yeah.
And it all starts with your thoughts, right? It all starts with, what thoughts are you thinking? What beliefs have you formed? How do you see yourself? How do you step out? Like, it starts with your thought process, right? Your beliefs. So yes, so you have been in Limitless for a number of years now, and constantly evolving and expanding and becoming, finding your truth, stepping into it, as we all are. Like, to me, that's the journey of life, and we'll be doing that until our soul leaves our physical body, right? For those who are wanting to transform their lives, who are wanting to become more limitless, who want to feel like anything's possible, what would you say to anyone watching now who's thinking about coming and joining us on our limitless journey? What's your piece of advice?
Oh, it would only just be, just do it, because make that a decision. Make that the decision. If you feel like there are changes that you want to make, and you've been running around overthinking, in the hamster wheel of it, make the decision that you make to do this, because you'll be not handheld, but you'll be like hugged into this community with tools. So if you're a person that needs tools and techniques, it's there. If you're a person that needs love and hugging, it's there. If you're a person that just needs, you know, sometimes people, yeah, I know, spiritual bitch slapping, it's there. All of it's there. And I think that's the thing, is make the decision today for yourself. And I'm not even talking about like decide to invest in yourself, which is, you know, we talk about that quite often, isn't it? That is a decision as well. It's not that, it's decide that you're going to keep a promise to yourself, whatever that looks like. I wish I could bottle up how powerful that thing is about the decision, like deciding, because once you make a decision, the universe is like, oh, hell, look at this. Wow. Okay. She's like just made this decision. Let's open up this door, open up this door, open up this door. I mean, you know, it for like when the newbies come into Limitless, isn't it? They've made the decision, they come in, and then all of a sudden it's like, holy moly, I've launched this business, or I've quit this job, or I've got this promotion. And you're like, we haven't even done anything yet. You haven't even had your onboarding call, you know?
I love it. Make a decision now. And it starts with you. And we're in February. We're in the month of love, right? It's all about self-love. That's been a theme when we've been on our coaching calls, hasn't it? One of the biggest things that you can do to demonstrate self-love for yourself is to make a decision for yourself, for you in your life. So make a decision now.
Say again, sorry, Cheryl, I interrupted you there.
Yeah, make a decision now, people.
And tomorrow is full moon in Leo as well, and that's all about shining the spotlight on yourself. And you know, we're being asked really truly to kind of find the things that bring us joy, find the things that mean the most to us, and really kind of step into that, like shine that spotlight on ourselves. So perfect timing cosmically as well.
Love it. It's time to shine, people. Well, thank you, Yvette, for coming and sharing your journey with everyone. So we hope you have enjoyed listening. We are back on Thursday as well for another amazing Limitless lady. Caroline is going to be joining us. So yes, thank you very much. If you are interested, doors are open to join Limitless. DM me or Donna anywhere. You know where we are. We're all over the shop. Do you know what I mean? DM the word Limitless if you want some more information. You heard it first. It's full moon tomorrow. What a perfect time to start investing in yourself. So have a fabulous day. Thank you so much, Yvette, for joining us. Story, and we will see you later on this week. Bye, guys.
Bye.